Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to draw shells with perspective. First we draw the horizon line and then we decide about our corners. This corner should be the one that is closer to us and it should be completely 90 degrees to the horizon line. Then I'm merging these edges to the first finishing point, but I'm doing everything with a lightweight. And then I'm coming. In perspective drawing, you have to use a very fine pencil, a very sharp one, because if you make some sloppiness, it's going to show very fast. So first I did the first part. So I will decide why I draw around the horizon line is that the shells are something big, and if you try to draw everything from the lower part of the horizon line, then you are going to have difficulty about showing every shell. But if you make it something like some part on top of the horizon line and some part lower than horizon line, it's going to be much more easier. After that, now you have to decide about the width of it. Maybe I want something like that. Then you decide about how long it needs to be. Always 90 degrees. And now I have something like this. Now, don't forget that there are always thickness about the wood. So I'm going to make some thing like this. Here it will be completely one piece, but here they need to put some shells. They need to make with some different wooden pieces. That's why it can be different. So if you're not using a 0.5 pencil, be sure that you have a very sharp edge. Now I'm using 2H or H because I don't want any strong lines here. And as you can see, I'm making very similar. I'm dividing my shells. I have some idea about some design. I'm just distributing about the shelves now, that's all. And mainly it will be best if you just measure all of them and make the same. Generally you will see that all of them should be the same, like 2 millimeter. I have to make like 2 millimeter. I'm making with my own eye, but it will be best if you are a beginner, especially make it with some measurements. Then like this. If I want to be precise, I can use it like this. But don't forget that also here and here and here there are also parts, which basically, like I mentioned, about 2 millimeter, right? Always start from here. Measure from here. This one will be smaller because it's getting a little bit farther. And to dramatize the look, you can make slightly smaller because it is farther away. So think that like it's a wooden frame. And then we have shells. Here I'm going to show you different stuff. First, I think it will be best for your interest to isolate the first one to make it clearer. So here now I'm going to make an open shelf. I think now it is clearer, right? Then the lower part, you need to merge from here to here. I'm not going to continue too much because when sometimes when there are too many lines, it can be distracting you. Because I know that my width is not very big. So only this part I can see from here. But how I can define here? Basically speaking, like I will, before I come to this part, I'm making from here to here. You see, now, oh my goodness, it is very big. What you can do, like, it is 3.2. Here with your own eye, you can adjust it. It should be smaller than this part because it is farther away. So, and it's always a better idea to isolate them one by one. Like, now this is an open shelf. Maybe I want this part to have a small cabinet. You see? Maybe there's a handle like that. Here it's going to be like a safe. I think I need to come until here. Here you can take it off. Here is the trick. Let me show here. Here you go. Then this part, this is the merging point. Now you take this one to the second vanishing point and then continue. And I believe that, as you can see, even 0.5 pencil can be getting very big. So be careful about it. And then what to do? Here you are heading. Sometimes we will need to erase a little bit because otherwise everything gets so complicated. So it's best that you isolate one first, then go on the second round. Like I isolated this one, and then I'm able to see it. Here I should be able to see the lower part. Why? Because it is over the horizon line. So what I basically do until here, you see, now I'm going to erase this one. And then I'm going to merge this one to this one. Here it is more understandable. Because my merging point is here, I'm not able to see anything here. What if there were something like shells? In between, maybe there are shells here. So I start from here, I'd go like that. Then after that, what I need to do is to come from here to here. And from here, of course, to here. If there were other shells inside, maybe this is a glass one, then where is going to be the door handle? Maybe here. It will be embedded on the glass part. But still I need the inside one. Maybe they are not that high. Here now, if there are legs, what to do? Maybe I should be showing a little bit further. I'm going to make something like very basic legs. First I draw this part. They are small rectangles, don't forget about it. And don't forget that this leg will be decided according to this leg. And this leg will be decided according to this leg. So I'm going to make completely the same manner. Like I'm having a complete classical style leg, so I make it the same amount both, because it's a big and heavy shelf. I'm going to put, so now like 1 centimeter, maybe with my eye I can arrange. We are not using a scale right away, but I'm exaggerating something because of the artistic way, that's all. But there's one rule, like this is 1.3. It cannot be even bigger, and you will see that if you do it correct, it's not going to be bad looking for your eye. If you feel that there's something wrong, then there's something wrong. Like if I draw a leg like that, you will see that it's going to be too big. It's something like enormous one. So when you design, you have to take into consideration about facts like these. But is it solid? Yes. Now I will show you something else, how to make it more interesting with the lines. Don't use everywhere the same line. Release the line. I start from the corner that is closer to me. I intend to have some depth just by the usage of line. And every time I'm doing it, I'm going to put it here. The vanishing points. Like I make this one cleaner, and I'm going to go over now. Is time to make everything precise. You can come over again. Now if you just take out the unnecessary things, like here, this is better about correcting it. Then I advise that putting some light and shadow is really making everything better. Like here now, I assume that the light is coming from this way, so that this part will be darker. That's why I draw it like this, more powerful. And look at the results. Even with a paper pencil, if you just give the depth, how everything appears to be much better with more depth. Like here, this is behind. That's why I need to make it a little bit darker. You can also use your hand about blending. It's always a good one. and you can use some eraser to take things up as well. And if there are some lines that you took it by mistake, you can go over it. I'm going to make it like a safe here, and here this is behind. I'm using some very basic technique. I'm not pushing too much. I just want to show you how important it is to do some light and shadow, and it helps you to be understood much better. And I need to redo some lines because now they are being erased a little bit. You need to make some corrections sometimes. And there is always some merging points, generally speaking, something like that. I make it paler because it is glass, and I will also show you like, and when you are using some it's going to look finer. And you can also apply some darkness here, like you can have something like 4B, which is softer. This is a trick I'm using, and I'm making it like that so that I have a better angle. Then when you are using these paper pencils, which is very handy to make very soft blending, don't try to make everything like that. Take it, use as hard one, and crush it like that. You will see that the blending will be much more easier. Don't worry about the rest, we can erase them. But use your paper pencil with some strong velocity to every place so that you have better blending. For the rest, take your rulers and always I'm putting one of them here to the vanishing point. If you want to keep these the same manner, like very big, I think it's going to carry all the very heavy things. You can make it, I prefer to make them smaller, of course. To exaggerate, I had to show it like that. Here is the important part. You need to think about what is below and what is front. And I think I better clean it up here as well. This way we finish like this. Thank you very much for watching.